What's up, YouTube? Today, Zach with East Coast Guns and Gear here. We're talking the Mark 12 AR. Um, in particular, my take on the Mark 12 Mod H. I have this build right here. We're going to go over this build today, and along with some range results and other things. All right, shall we start? So, this started with a old M&P lower I had that I wanted to build a rifle off the lower. I wasn't crazy about the M&P rifle that I had bought, so took the upper off and built a new upper for it. Did this many years ago. It's been through a few iterations since then, but essentially this is the Mark 12 that I've built. We're going to go over it from the front to the back. Same style we normally do, and just tell you guys the parts that are on it, and then we'll discuss the accuracy so far on it. All right. Well, here we go. The Mark 12. If you're not familiar with the Mark 12, just a little information before we go over the parts that consist of this one. The Mark 12 was a designated marksman rifle that was designed for the military to give them more range over the M4 variant. So versus the M4, the Mark 12 gives you accuracy out to, 600 yards or so using the 77 grain. I think it was I can't remember the exact referred name by the military for the 77 grain Black Hills ammo, but so the Mark 12 is designed to run the Black Hills ammunition. I currently am running 77 grain in this one. It's got a 1-in-8 twist. First we'll go over the rifle, then we'll go over the ammo that I use in it, and we'll go over the range results at the end. All right, shall we start at the front of the muzzle and work our way to the stock? So, here at the front, we have the Centurion Arms brake and collar system. This system is designed to run a certain suppressor, which will slide over top of the brake system, indexed to this collar, and encapsulate about 4 inches of the barrel. The brake the brake will go on any quarter by 28 AR-15 threaded barrel. The collar will not. The collar needs to have a Mark 12 spec barrel. So it has to be, for starters, it's a heavy barrel, but it has to be spec'd for the Mark 12 collar. There's a certain step in the barrel right here that this collar indexes to and gets tightened in place. So we have the Centurion, which you can get off their website, brake and collar. That is on a BCM stainless steel Mark 12 heavy barrel. It's a 1-in-8 twist stainless steel heavy barrel, Mark 12 profile, meaning it has the step for the collar. It's a .75 at the gas block as usual. Excuse me, running the rifle length gas system. It's got a BCM low pro gas block on it. It has a Troy alpha rail. Normally these come with normally the Mark 12 would have, I believe it's a PMS carbon fiber rail. I'm not a big fan of that one for the price. I'd rather save some money and have something nice like this alpha rail on it from Troy. So it has a Troy alpha rail on it. We currently are running a cheap bipod. It's a CV Life 6-9 notch-legged, probably a $30 bipod. I plan on getting either another Harris, or maybe I'll try Atlas for once. I've never had an Atlas, so maybe I'll spend the money on that. But for the time being, the CV Life is getting the job done. And seems to be a good little bipod. I can do a review on the CV Life bipod. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know in the comments. As far as an in-depth or a farther in-depth review on any parts you see here today, let me know in the comments as well. So got the Knox Leg CV Life bipod. We are rocking the Vortex Viper PST Gen 1 2.5 by 10 by 44 Vortex Viper PST scope. That is sitting on top of a Sig Sauer cantilever scope base, one-piece scope base. Yet again, the original Mark 12 had a Leopold 2x10 on it. It had, I can't remember the, something precision rings mounted to the flat top receiver. I went with a cantilever one piece. There's been a lot of changes since the Mark 12's been designed. So like I said, this is my take on a Mark 12 Mod H. So we have the Viper PST on a one-piece SIG mount. We got chamber indicator here indicating that it's clear. That is mounted to a BCM upper receiver with a BCM charging handle, a Palmetto State Armory nickel boron bolt and bolt carrier. I love the nickel boron. Yeah. I will be doing a video on comparing nickel boron to standard bolts. For you that don't know the difference, to sum it up real quick for you, they're easier to clean. They stay lubricated better on their own. They don't get hot. All around, the nickel boron is the way to go, I believe. So we got the PSA nickel boron bolt and bolt carrier in the BCM Bravo Company upper on a Smith & Wesson M&P lower receiver. We have ambidextrous safeties, ambidextrous mag release. We have the flat Geisley super dynamic 3-gun max trigger. It's a single stage trigger with a very light pull. While we're on the trigger, let's measure that trigger pull and see what it is. Yet again, you guys know we're using the good old Wheeler trigger scale. All right. Let's get this on here. Let's do it one more time. That came in at 3.5 pounds. All right, got a crisp trigger pull at 3.5 pounds. Now the super dynamic 3-gun trigger from Geisley comes with a 2.5 pound and a 3.5 pound trigger spring. 2.5 pounds sometimes can be a little light, so I have this trigger set up with a 3.5 pound trigger pull in it. Below the trigger, we are running the BCM Jack Car pistol grip. It's a little more of a vertical grip than a standard AR. Not a complete vertical, but a little bit more of a vertical grip. Behind that, we are running a Magpul stock. I chose this one because it has the good cheek weld. so you can get behind the scope as desired. All right, that's the top to bottom, front to back. Parts build for this Mark 12. Now we're going to look at some targets, go over a little bit of accuracy review. I took this rifle to the range last week just to shoot some new 77 grains to it. So currently I only have experience with 77 grains at 100 yards. Front supported on bipod. No rear bag at the moment. So this was all me and the bipod. Let's set this back on the bench and we'll go over the targets. All right. I believe I have 3 different targets I shot here today. All right. Our first target was just simply shooting a 4-shot group just to figure out where we're at so we could adjust. I could not see the holes in this black paper at 100 yards. So all of our other groups will not be on the black paper. All right. This first group, center to center. Is a 0.92, so sub 1 inch group, but that's only a 4-shot group. Our second group will be this group down here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pulled this one, I believe. We'll measure that group as well. With the flyer, which we'll blame on me, it's more than likely my fault, we're coming in at 1.53, so 1.5 inches. I know the rifle with 77 grain is much more capable than that. This just happens to be the 77 grade load that I use in my Colt, so I'll be doing a review on the Colt one of these days, but this is not a 77 grain load that is worked up for the Mark 12. All right, down here is our last group. Here we were shooting another rifle, but down here was our last group of the day, 5-shot group. We'll measure this guy out. This guy came right in at 1.07, so right at 1 MOA. Like I said, this was done with no rear bag, just me and the bipod. You know, I did have my hand on the rear of the stock. However, the rifle can shoot better than this. But 1 MOA out of a rifle that was built by myself, I'll take that, for a semi-automatic 223. If you guys want to see that last group at 1 MOA, like I said, this was another rifle, but right here is the last group. 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one up there. So 1.07 of an inch, or an inch. 1 inch, 0.07. Maybe when I burn through some of these reloads I have, because they do shoot quite well in the Colt, maybe we'll work up a different load just for the Mark 12, but for now, shooting a 1 inch group, I'll probably stick with it so I can shoot the same load in both the rifles. I feel like there's value in shooting the same load between the two rifles, so that's what we're sticking with for now. 1 MOA rifle is good by me. I do have a shoot coming up next month where the Mark 12 will be shooting 200 yards off the bipod, no rear bag. So we'll see what I can do there. That's going to be a little tricky because it's 200 yards and, you know, with just your hands steadying the rear of the stock, you can shake a lot. So we'll see how I do on that. I'll keep you guys updated. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video on the Mark 12, and let me know if you want another video going over, you know, where I purchased or where I obtained the components in the Mark 12, or I can list that in the comments or in the description if needed. Feel free to like and subscribe, and look forward to more content. Let's help this channel grow. On our way to 1,000 subscribers. Got a long ways to go, but I got faith in you all. And until next time, stay safe, protect your home. This is East Coast Guns and Gear.